After a peaceful day of summer camp, chaos arises in school. This is the Valley School Flood. Back on June 20th, 2018, something unexpected hit us. Like in a flash, the rain started up and just didn't stop.
What I would say is on June 20th, 2018, it had been raining steadily for most of the day. And there was really no major concerns about flooding at that point in time. The Lynn Run was up and it was running quickly, but it was within normal parameters. What we didn't know was that up on the ridges, it was raining much harder, and that's where the rainwater collects, and then it comes down into the valley where Valley School is. That afternoon, it began to build up. It was still normal, which is about 400 cubic feet per second is our flood stage. And on the day of the flood, it had reached 4,000 cubic feet per second, but it rose quickly. Within 15 minutes, it jumped from 400 to 4,000.
I start to hear this what sounded like to me a train right outside the door was actually the hemlock trees were being eroded from the side of the bank and falling into the water and hitting the building and then being dragged under the building at the auditorium.
After a while, we all knew we would be in for the long haul, and just waited it out until we could see how bad the damages really would be.
Enjoying ourselves, and I received a call from Rick Conyu, who asked me to come back to campus. He was quite frantic. He had talked about the flooding. When I drove back onto campus, the first thing I noticed is that the water was up over the road, and there is this huge bend when you first arrive to Valley School where these enormous boulders are. We're talking 15 to 20 ton boulders, and they were thrown around like smaller rocks or pebbles. They were everywhere. We walked into the building. The entire lower school had about a foot of water in it.
The damage to the building and then the damage to the exterior of the building, and the damage to the creek. I live on the creek and I love the creek. And to see the creek, it was just sad. It was sad, but we knew we had work ahead of us. We knew we had to get busy and we knew we had to get going.
After the assessment, all we could do is move on and clean up.
Cleanup process was extensive. Like I said, it was more than what we could handle, even though we tried to do our best to manage the situation. We called ServPro, whom we have a wonderful relationship with. They came over to campus, immediately got to work. We were one of the first, because the flood had affected everyone in the area, but being a school, they prioritized us. They brought over all their equipment, drained all the water. But the one thing you have to know, it's not about just drying. When you have a flood from a river, you now have all the contaminants of the natural environment that have come into the school. You have to worry about molding within the walls. So we had to, everywhere the water was, we had to cut out the baseboards, clean everything off, disinfect, sanitize, and then move everything out of the classrooms, disinfect all of those. And then we had to determine what was salvageable, what was not salvageable, and to put everything back together.
So the process began. And then we went room by room and assessed the damage room by room and what we needed to do room by room. And, with the staff, the team, everybody jumped in, everybody, the teamwork that the administration, the admin help, Candy, Cindy, Beth, Tammy, John, your dad, your mom, my team, we all just jumped in and we took care of business. And we assessed the damage and we had a plan and we took care of business and did what we had to do to open the school up on time. That was our goal from the get-go. And, we accomplished that goal. We were able to open the school up on time without any interruptions, which speaks volume for this team at Valley School, the employees at Valley School.
It just goes to show you, no matter where you live, you have to be cognizant of what might take place. Moving forward, I think we learn, we grow, we adapt to our natural environments. We have to, because trying to control that level of force is just simply not possible from a human perspective. But I think we can live within nature. It's very important to us here at Valley School to take care of our environment, to make that a priority for our students to learn about the environment. So yes, it can come with difficulties, but also the beauty and natural experience that we receive is phenomenal. So I feel fortunate to live in such a wonderful place.